So guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new video. In this one today, I'll be giving you guys my reaction to the Barnsley game in which Manchester United won 7-0 and are through to the next round, and also be giving you guys the preview for our game on Saturday away at Crystal Palace. So if you guys do want to enjoy this one, please give it a like for me. That would be very, very appreciated. If you guys happen to be new to the channel and haven't subscribed and want to do so to help me out, then hit that red button in the bottom right corner to do so. That would be greatly appreciated. And as always, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. First of all, on the Barnsley game, and then drop your score predictions and your thoughts for the Palace game as well. And I'll make sure to check by the comments later on today. But let's get straight into it, guys, by talking about Manchester United's comprehensive 7-0 win against Barnsley. And normally, these type of games throw up a bit of a hurdle, they make it difficult for you, and are normally quite a test, to be fair, whoever they are. But Manchester United were absolutely ruthless. 7 goals on the night. It was the perfect night. Our football at times was incredible. Garnacho got a brace, and he had a really good performance. And so far this season, Garnacho has been incredible. I've got something for you here. So he's got 2 goals and 2 assists on the night, which again is perfect. He's got 3 goals and 2 assists in his last 2 games. 4 goals and 3 assists in 6 games for Manchester United. And a gentle reminder, guys, that he's only started 2 games for United this season. And he has 7 goals and assists in 6 games. Like, the sky's the limit for this guy. And the depth we have in this side now is really good. Because, of course, he's not been starting this season. And rightly so. Because AMAD has been really, really good. And he's earned that spot. But to have Garnacho as a backup for Rashford and Diallo. Like, that's some backup. Like, that's some power that we have in the team. And I'm just really impressed with how he's improving game by game. And again, I'm really happy for Garnacho as well. Because he seems like the type of guy that, just gets the fans on their feet. He loves playing for the club. And I'm just really happy with how he's progressing in this Manchester United team. So I'm really happy for him. He was incredible last night. Marcus Rashford looks like he's got his confidence back, which again, for a player like Marcus Rashford is so key. Because confidence is such a big thing for a lot of these football players. And especially players that have been through stuff. We know that Marcus Rashford hasn't really been at it for United over the last couple of seasons or so. So for him to score 2 goals tonight, and the way he scored them as well, the first goal is really good. And we need Rashford now to kick on. That's 3 goals for Rashford in his last 2 games. And he looks like he's enjoying himself again. And we need to keep Rashford at this level. Because Rashford is a player which can get you 30 goals a season. He's shown it before. He can do it again if he puts his mind to it. So we need to keep Rashford at this level. We need to keep putting an arm around him, letting him be free, letting him enjoy himself, and making sure he's just in the team week in, week out. I know people don't like that, but I think for a player like Rashford, if he's out for 1 game, then his confidence drops again. You know what I'm on about? So we have to keep him now in this team while he's performing how he is. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Marcus Rashford as well from that game. And also, I just wanted to mention something because Bruno Fernandes came on, guys, and I think he got 2 assists. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes now has 15 goals and assists in his last 15 games for Manchester United with 7 goals and 8 assists. He came on and provided an assist or 2 in the Barnsley game as well, so I was really happy with him. Ugarte played a really good game, to be fair. His first full debut at Old Trafford was a really good performance, and we're seeing things from Ugarte which we expected. He's picking up the ball from the keeper. He's driving into the midfield. He's just going to add a different element to this team. A lot different than Casemiro. And I think of Ugarte, he's still very young. And I think the experience that he's had at PSG is only going to help him out in this Premier League. I know it's a big step up for him, going from the French League to here. After it didn't really work out, his confidence might be low. But again, a player like Ugarte, I think will definitely suit this Manchester United team. So I was really impressed with him. He's a bit aggressive, and you expect that from him. From what we've seen at PSG and Sporting, he's going to be an aggressive player. But that's what we need. But from what I saw yesterday, there's a lot of big things expected from Ugarte. And again, he provided a really good game yesterday. So really happy with him. Who else played well? Anthony played well. He scored his penalty. Credit to Marcus Rashford for giving him the pen. I mean, you can see the spirit in the team. Rashford could have been selfish there. He's had a lot of criticism, Rashford. He could have just taken that penalty for himself and, took the celebrations for himself. But, you know, I'm really liking what Rashford did there, to be fair. So massive credit to him. And overall, guys, to just put 7 goals past the team. When's the last time we did that? A very long time ago. So it was just a perfect night. And again, we played some really, really good football. And no one was greedy as well. We created a lot of chances on the cutback, which again, we haven't seen much from this Manchester United team. So maybe I'm just hoping this is a sign of a different type of Manchester United team where we do create a lot more chances for our forward players. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But we've got to keep this up now. We've got to do this on Saturday. We've got to go into that game with confidence now. And we've got to beat Palace. We have to beat Palace now. Otherwise, there's no point doing what we did against Southampton. Because, you know, that's just taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. So you have to wait and see what happens, guys. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on that Barnsley game. But yeah, guys, on Saturday, 5:30 kickoff, taking on Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Another away game. And this one is going to be very, very difficult. It's going to be a lot harder than that Southampton game, I'll tell you that now. And although Crystal Palace haven't really started the season well, so maybe we're catching them at a very, very good time. I think they sit like 15th or 16th on the table. I think they picked up only one win. I'll just look for you guys now. So they won in the cup yesterday against QPR. And some of their other results, guys, yeah, they lost to Brentford, they lost to West Ham, they drew to Chelsea, and they drew to Palace. And of course, they won against QPR. So they've not started the season well. And for Crystal Palace, that's quite rare because they do have a really, really good team. So the fact they're not getting points like against the teams like Brentford, against the teams like Leicester. I know they did come back because they were 2-0 down, so that does show great resilience from them. But yeah, I do expect more from this Crystal Palace team. I know they've lost Elise, but they've still got Mateta, they've still got Eze. So they're going to still provide a really tough test on Saturday. It's going to be a very difficult game. And it's a game Manchester United could lose. But as I mentioned, Manchester United now need to take a lot of confidence from that Southampton game and win this game on Saturday. We have to now. We've started the season poorly. And yes, from that Southampton game, there were still signs of Manchester United not really being there in the game. The first 30 minutes were really concerning. And the performances, we have been getting away with one. We have been getting away with one in a lot of games that we've played so far. If Onana doesn't save that penalty, who knows what happens in that Southampton game? So Manchester United need to be on it on Saturday. And, you know, we have to make sure we pick the right selection. And the team selection, guys, is going to be very difficult. Because Garnacho, in that game yesterday, I said it on my Twitter before the game, a lot of players here have chances to really prove to the manager that they should be in the starting lineup. Eriksen proved a massive point. Played his best game in a Manchester United shirt, got a brace. What does that say for the manager? He's definitely put himself in the conversation. Even though he probably won't start, he's in that conversation. Garnacho, he's in that conversation, definitely. And I feel he definitely might start on Saturday. But then again, would you drop Diallo, who has been one of your best players this season, and offers you just something a bit different going forward, a lot more calmer approach? And again, he'll probably create a lot more chances than Garnacho will. But Garnacho, he's got 7 goals and 7 goals and assists in his last 6 games. So surely you want him in the team on Saturday. So it's very difficult on what he's going to do. But Ugarte, for me, has to start this game. I mean, if he doesn't start this game, I don't know what Ten Hag's doing. Because he's got his full debut now. To put him in a game like this, I think will be key for him. And we're going to expect a lot from him on Saturday. I know it's early days. I know he's just gelling into the team. But we bought this guy so he can play a different style. We bought this guy to improve the team in the midfield. So I'd put him straight into the side. He got minutes against Southampton, so he's fully fit, he's raring to go, so he has to start this game ahead of Casemiro. But saying all this, guys, I will put my team on the screen now. As you can see, to the right or left of me, that's the team I've gone with. I've stuck with the same defence which I saw against Southampton on the weekend. De Ligt, again, got his first goal for Manchester United. Very happy for him. He has to start this game. And I feel with De Ligt, he's only going to get better with more game time. Because obviously he's not been up to speed recently. And again, he's probably not up to full fitness yet. And he needs games to get up to that. So I have gone with those guys starting. And Mascherano again, who's just impressing me game by game. Really looking forward to seeing him again. So that's my defence. And Kobe Mainu, Bruno Fernandes and Ugarte. I think that's the midfield now, which is going to be our midfield for the whole season. Of course, Eriksen could start this game. Whether he will, I don't think so. But again, he's put himself in that conversation. Casemiro as well, I think, is a player now who is going to have to take a step back in this Manchester United team. Yes, he'll probably come off the bench in a few games. He'll play the cup games. But for me, I think Ugarte, if he starts performing to a consistent level, of course, we also need to take time with Kobbie Mainoo. Again, we can't play him every single game because, again, as you can see, we have rushed him in this team. And again, he is playing a lot more minutes than I would want him to. But again, he's one of those players which is performing at a really top level in the team. So you can't just take him out because he's one of your key players in the side. But again, I am concerned for the lack of rest he is getting in the side. I think a few guys might agree with me with that. But yeah, that's the midfield I've gone with Bruno Fernandes back in that cam position, which again is definitely where we'll see the best out of him. And the front three, I've gone with Marcus Rashford on the left, I've gone with AMAD Diallo on the right, and I've gone with Xerxes up top. So basically an unchanged team other than Christian Eriksen coming out for Ugarte. As I mentioned, Garnacho is a question mark about the game. He fully deserves to start, but I think we're going to keep that team because do you change the winning side? I don't think you do. And Diallo, again, might his confidence drop if he comes out of the team. But what I like is the amount of depth we have in this side. That's what I'm loving at the moment, and it's massively improved. You've got Anthony there, you've got the likes of AMAD Diallo and Garnacho, who'll probably take turns to swap out the team. Defensively, you've got Lenny Yoro to come back. We've got Rasmus Højlund to come back for an option ahead of Xerxes. Anthony's there, and he's a question mark whether or how many minutes he'll play this season. In the midfield, you've got Casemiro off the bench, you've got Eriksen off the bench, who again, if he can keep at a top level and play the way he was against Barnsley, he can keep that level, he'll definitely be a good asset for us. But our depth is improving, guys. When Luke Shaw comes back, you got Luke Shaw there. So, I'm really happy with where this team's at the moment. But again, as I mentioned, the main thing about the weekend is making sure we go there and, make a bit of a statement against Palace. Because that Southampton win will be absolutely pointless if we can't go and get a result against Crystal Palace. And that's the main thing for me. We've not started the season well, so I'm not saying this game is a must-win like the Southampton game was. It's taken a bit of pressure off Ten Hag. But again, we need to be beating Palace. They're not in good form. Yes, they have good players, as I mentioned. Eze, Mateta, dangerous players which can hurt you. Eddie Nketiah, of course, who scored yesterday against QPR. So he's going to be dangerous. But again, we cannot be losing to the side who are not in good form. So yeah, my final thoughts going into the game. I'm going to say Manchester United to win this one 2-1. It'll be difficult, we'll concede. But I didn't take too much from that Southampton game. But I think a game like the Barnsley one will just give the players so much confidence going forward. And again, they feel like they've all got their confidence back a bit, that they're in the groove and can go to Palace and get a result. So yeah, I'm going to say 2-1 to Manchester United. So if you guys did enjoy the video, please smash a like for me. Please subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Comment your score predictions down below. Let me know your thoughts on the Barnsley game as well. But anyway, guys, that's me done. And I'll see you guys